Okay, I think we are ready for RV Unplugged.
You have everything.
I'm sure that there's something I'm forgetting, but I didn't forget Groot, so I feel like we're gonna put our best foot forward.
Are we gonna win?
We are gonna win. Oh, this is not the best light for me, but that's fine. That's fine.
We're gonna win.
We're gonna win. Hey, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two
crazy
campers.
And after losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds,
we realized we had so much more energy for activities.
Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors.
And join us on a sweaty new adventure.
We're all packed up.
We are.
We're ready to go. We're going to win RV Unplugged.
We're going to win.
If it comes down to food preparation,
we got this.
I think we got it.
Yeah.
If it comes down to battery preparation, I think we got it.
If it comes down to madness and idiocy, we've got it.
We've spent the last week doing everything we can to get ready for RV Unplugged, other than like running obstacle courses. We have not done that. We haven't done box jumps.
Well, I don't know about that because our black lab, Tabitha, has placed herself in the pathway of every single thing we've been doing. She's been trying to trip us up all week long. So we actually have been doing a little obstacle course of sorts as we jump over her every single time we exit our door.
Now, before we leave, because you cannot leave the compound, do you have coffee?
Yes. I made sure that I actually brought 3 more sleeves of coffee.
But that's only 30 cups.
And I'm bringing an extra, like the residual rust of my creamer.
Your keto brains.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got coffee, we've got creamer, and you've got Groot. There's one thing I needed to make sure I bring.
What?
I needed to bring this.
What is that?
This is an ear, hair, and nose
hair. Oh my gosh.
You know how they say that, look, it's on. You know how they say the camera adds 10 pounds or 20 pounds?
It also adds 1 inch of hair.
Right, because like everything's shot in like 4K, right? So like all I want
I'm in trouble.
Is to make sure that there's not like one big hair coming out or a nose hair. Like, why do we grow hair in our ears? And
I don't
as you
know.
get older, your hair on your head stops growing.
I waxed my mustache, but I actually brought extra mustache waxing accoutrement because I figure in a couple of weeks, I'm going to look like Mario and Luigi from Super Mario Brothers. This is absolutely beautiful here. I'm afraid to let our guard down because this is not the living conditions that we're going to be having for RV Unplugged, I don't think. So we're going to get all excited about like the amazing amenities here at Margaritaville, and then we're going to have to like live unplugged. We're all set up. Now it's time to go to Walmart.
We're going to go to Walmart. What are we getting at Walmart? Tables.
We need some like TV dinner trays.
Because we got rid of our dinette set.
We got
in our brand new furniture.
And I'm not upset about it. Like, this is much better, more functional for us, but we do need something to put a plate on or put our camera on top of. And so we head to Walmart.
Is this your emergency bottle?
That is an emergency bottle. We will not be throwing that out. I'm actually collecting those because I don't know what the bathroom situation is going to look like. And this is my backup plan.
You don't need this.
This is my porta potty.
You don't need that. So I have more of these. But our son is an electrician. And he used to work for a company that, before he owned his own business, Brighter Days Electric in Port St. Lucie, by the way, he worked for this company that did not allow him to use customers' toilets. So they supplied him with these. And these are awesome. And we have a bunch of them. I keep them under the back seat from when I used to do landscaping. But look at this. So this is a potty bag made for men or women. So if it's a man, the funnel goes up so it doesn't spray up. And if it's a woman, the funnel goes down. And there's an absorbent material in this. So when you go potty in this, the absorbent material, it's kind of like what's in diapers. And then it's got a Ziploc bag. We should have ordered more of these. Why am I just thinking of this now? and then you just go throw this out.
Why didn't we buy more of these?
I just thought of it.
This is definitely going to be helpful for as many as we have. So
I think there's like 12 of them under the back seat. I gotta look.
So we've got 12 safe bathroom breaks.
Yes. Okay, wait. And also, by the way, while we're down here, you want to see the other emergency backup?
Okay.
We have a backup 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery.
In the truck?
It's in the truck. It's not hooked up yet because right here is an inverter, and my plan is to eventually have a 2,000 watt inverter underneath the back seat with that battery. But if you had a battery problem, we can hook that up, get that thing charged up, and you have a spare 100 amp hour battery. I wonder how much we could sell it to the other contestants when they run out of battery power.
Probably we could at least get quite a bit of water.
Maybe we can trade them. I'll give you a 100 amp hour battery for your immunity idol.
Ooh.
Or we can let them charge their battery from us. We have 2 generators. Like, how much do you think a generator is worth?
We about to find out.
So, yeah, look at this. Here we go.
Yay!
We have a whole bunch of those.
Okay.
I think there's another whole pack of them back here too.
Okay.
So we have a lot of those things.
I feel better. Isn't it romantic? There's my guy slicing up brisket by, well, not candlelight, but it's nighttime.
One of the greatest things is Milwaukee, because they have so many accessories and they all have the same batteries. So we buy a bunch of batteries, and I use only Milwaukee tools at home. And then we actually have a charger on board for all the Milwaukee batteries. So we have everything at home, and then we have some Milwaukee tools with a charger being charged by our inverter. So these lights are amazing.
I saw a recent meme that basically split dads into different houses,
DeWalt?
like Hogwarts.
Yeah, so it's going to be probably what, DeWalt, Rigid, or Milwaukee, and then also Makita, but Makita's kind of like old news, right? Is that the 4 houses?
I mean, you're getting close.
What are you? I'm a Milwaukee guy. DeWalt is pretty good as well. It's just that like I've already got all Milwaukee stuff, and I really like my Milwaukee stuff.
What's one that you just do not like?
Honestly, I don't like, let me think about this. Rigid's not bad, and DeWalt makes a really good product.
Was there like
Makita. So Ryobi's garbage. We just really instigated a keyboard warrior when I said Ryobi's garbage. But Ryobi is like homeowner stuff, right? It's not great. Makita used to be really good, and then they kind of sold themselves off, like where they turned it down from like professional stuff to everything was more like residential grade, and it just didn't last as long. Milwaukee, like they have the upper level and the lower level, but even the lower level is really good.
What is John Paul?
Milwaukee. He's a Milwaukee guy too. You want to get into this brisket?
Yes, please.
So one of the things that we did, and we'll show you later on, is one of our tactics for winning RV Unplugged was we don't want to have to cook. So we pre-cooked 2 weeks worth of food. And we pre-cooked 2 weeks worth of meat. Probably more meat than most people would eat in 6 months. But we could finish it in a couple of weeks.
The one thing we can do as keto peeps is meal prep.
We can meal prep. And, we have a huge advantage. Here's the huge advantage. When you eat a diet that is 90 to 95% meat, you don't poop as much.
Yes, that is a huge advantage because we have very limited pooping space, and that means we need to poop less. So we have a lot less waste in our bodies because we have a lot less waste in our diet.
So yesterday we put a giant brisket, a full packer brisket. And I like to make packer briskets in different ways. Sometimes I will remove the flat from the point, and sometimes we trim the fat, but fat is fuel for us because we're not carb fueled, we're fat fueled. Fat is delicious. And so since we use fat for fuel, we want to eat a lot of fat. And so I didn't trim any of the fat off of the brisket. I didn't separate it. I cooked it fat side up on our Rectex smoker for 21 hours. This has got to be the prettiest brisket that I have ever cooked. And I have to tell you, like, as we were packing it up at home, we tasted it. I think it's the best tasting brisket we've ever had.
It's so moist.
This brisket is actually, looking at this has been off of the smoker since 10 a.m. this morning. And it's currently 7:30 at night. And look how beautiful. It's still nice and warm. And so what we're going to do is we're going to slice some of this up. We're going to have some here for dinner. And then we're going to have the rest. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at all that deliciousness right there.
Oh, my goodness.
So we're going to slice it up. We're going to put some into bags. And then we have another whole half a brisket. And then we have another whole half a brisket that we have not sliced that we're going to eat throughout the week. Because, again, the goal for us is not only do we want to not want to cook if we don't have to, that everything that we have meal prepped could be eaten cold. So we have the ability to heat things up, and we have an air fryer and we have a microwave, and we can use our stove. It runs on propane, but if we choose to not heat anything up, we can, because it's all already cooked. That also means we don't have to waste water cleaning things.
Well, we had a fantastic night's sleep, and I think we've done everything that we can do to prepare for RV Unplugged, except for Mr. Boy Scout forgot one crucial detail, and that is, did you check the coffee maker to verify it is still currently working?
I woke up nice and early. I was going to make you a cup of coffee.
Thank you.
And it needed to be descaled. And I tried to descale it. And there's a problem with the pump. Like, our Nespresso machine doesn't work.
So that means that you're going to the store this morning
I am?
before. Yeah, because this is it. This is the
We can't win without coffee.
We cannot win without coffee. And this is the last day that we can leave this place. So
I'm going to Target.
Because this camper is going to feel really small if I can't have coffee. I heard Joe come in. He's got to be here. Yes. Okay, that's him.
You got a new coffee machine.
Yay!
Also, I found this. We've never tried this because I know we brought a lot of Nespresso pods, but we've never tried the Starbucks ones, and they were selling them in Target, and they were on sale. So I got you Nespresso Virtuo and also Cafe Verona.
I think we need an inaugural brewing of the coffee. So now that the coffee situation has been resolved, we can move on to the other things that we have done to get ready to be contestants on season 2 of RV Unplugged. And it begins with our sponsor for today, Brooklyn Bedding. So the best way you can prepare for any competition in life is with a good night's sleep.
And we get that thanks to today's sponsor, which is RV Mattress by brooklynbedding.com. And we absolutely love our mattress. We've had it for a while now. We actually have the Aurora Luxe model, which is like the super plush deluxe model with cooling. It's amazing. And we love it so much, we even bought one for our house.
Yeah, because, I mean, as much as we love getting away and camping, we don't want just weekend warrior sleep. We want to be able to enjoy it every single night of the week. And we didn't realize how badly we needed the residential model in our home.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We look at a lot of RVs. We go to RV shows, and they always come with these really flimsy mattresses.
This thick.
They're super uncomfortable. You feel the wood below them. And we always tell people the first thing you need to do is head over to rvmattress.com and get a new mattress. There's so many advantages to purchasing your mattress from rvmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. And first of all, it's nice knowing that they're designed right here in the United States, in Arizona. But the other thing that I really like about them is that you could feel confident that you're going to like your mattress, because every mattress from rvmattress.com comes with a 120 sleep night guarantee.
There's also a 10-year warranty on the mattress, which I think is pretty incredible. And, you know, when it comes to sleeping in your RV, if you are comfortable, you're more likely to go on more trips. I mean, if you are going to get crappy sleep when you're out on the road, you're more likely to make an excuse to stay home.
One of the reasons we even decided to get one for our house is we noticed when we would go RVing, I slept better in the RV than I did at home. And that's not usual for most people. Like, most people, when they go out on the road, whether they're in their RV or they're going to a hotel, they sleep better at home. but I found I was sleeping better in the RV, and part of it was we had a better mattress in the RV than we had in our house.
So something that I personally love about our mattress is the fact that the topper to it has a cooling layer. Hello, we're in Florida. We're trying to camp, menopause, all of these things. Also, they have a mattress pad that has that same cooling effect on it. So we have found that you don't even need to run your air conditioner as much, because sometimes it's just that cool down effect from the mattress makes sleeping much more pleasant.
Now, I know you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to order a mattress. And like I said, it does have that 120 night sleep night guarantee. But the other thing that's really nice about RVmattress.com is when you order, it gets shipped right to your door. And it is free shipping here in the contiguous United States.
Plus, it's very easy to install because it comes super compact in a box. You just put it into place and cut the plastic wrap off. When you do, it's going to inflate, like it's going to become the size that the mattress is going to be. Like when you first get it out of the box, you're like, there's no way 2 people can sleep on this mattress. But when it's fully like out of the box, it is amazing, but it makes it very easy to install.
Yeah, installation is super easy. As a matter of fact, it took more work to get the old mattress out of our RV than it did to get the new one in and laid out on the bed and then inflated. So we really love our RV mattress by brooklynbedding.com, and we have a discount code. I'm going to leave it down below in the description box. So if you're in the market for a mattress, check out rvmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. We really appreciate Brooklyn Bedding and rvmattress.com for supporting Two Crazy Campers, and we appreciate you for supporting the companies that do support Two Crazy Campers. So we may not be the most experienced boondockers. I mean, the bottom line is we really went boondocking one time at DePaul Campground. I'll leave a link for that video up here. The only other boondocking we've done was just a week ago when we went to the Florida RV Super Show and we didn't plug in. That's the extent of our boondocking experience. But what we lack in boondocking, we make up for in being prepared. Because here's the thing. We're Floridians, and one thing that Floridians are really good at is being prepared when you don't have electricity or water. So we know how to make sure we have enough food prepared, and we know how to make sure we have enough water and enough power. And that's what we've done to be ready for RV Unplugged. And we're going to start off with food. And here's the thing, we're keto. Keto people are really good at something called meal prepping. We love to meal prep, having food grab and go, ready to go, so that you can just go in the refrigerator and know that like there's something good and healthy for us to eat in there. And our diet, it's about 90 to 95% meat. Our goal coming here to RV Unplugged Season 2 was we don't want to have to cook. I mean, we may heat some things up in the microwave or the air fryer, but we don't want to have to even think about cooking. So we prepared all of our food where if we wanted to, we could eat it cold. So let's go over some of the food we brought. We're going to start off with what Rachel calls meat thins. These are steakums. We stick them into our dehydrator for about 4 to 5 hours at the max temperature that your dehydrator goes. I think most of them is like between 150 to 170 degrees. And we actually have a video on how to do this on our keto channel. I'll leave a link for that one up here. But these are like crackers, but with solid beef. These are really good. Rachel's favorite thing. Then we have what I call carnivore chips. Similar thing, we take meat, beef usually, and this is, for example, rib roast. And you slice it super thin, like 1 to 2 millimeters thin, dehydrate it for about 5 hours. It's not beef jerky. It's like a cracker or a potato chip is more of how I like it. And it's really salty because we put a lot of salt on it. And again, gives us lots of protein, lots of fat, lots of energy. So these are some of our snacks. Then we've got some chicken. Again, we don't want to have to cook. So we ran to Costco. We got this hand-pulled rotisserie chicken. Basically what this is, the chickens at the end of the day that they have left over, they pull all the meat off, they vacuum seal them. This is good in this package, not frozen until April. So we've got this. We can make chicken salad with it. We can put some barbecue sauce on this. So many things that you can do with this. Add a little bit of mayonnaise. Absolutely love this stuff. You may notice on our keto channel, we have a slight whipped cream addiction. So I think we have 5 cans of whipped cream. That should be just enough to get us through like 2 weeks. What do you think, Rachel?
Be prepared.
Over here, we've got 2 pounds of ground beef that is already cooked up. So with this, we can add some taco seasoning, some barbecue sauce, some mayonnaise, anything you want. It's so versatile. We always have ground beef that is prepared. Okay, this one is going to sound weird, but this is pudding. And I know if you don't know anything about keto and you haven't seen any of our videos, you're going to be like, wait a second, you can't eat pudding on keto. Oh, but you can. This pudding, this is butterscotch pudding with 0 sugar in it, and it's made with eggs. Yes, eggs. This is a dozen scrambled eggs mixed with one of our favorite products called Keto Chow, and which is just a protein powder that has some vitamins and nutrients in it, and a can of coconut milk. And it sounds really gross. I mean, our kids were like, oh my gosh, that is so disgusting. But it tastes amazing. And when you give it to somebody who doesn't know it's got eggs in it, they would never know it has eggs in it. We have a whole video on how to do this. Actually, our friend Maria Emmerich is the person who originally came up with the idea, where she was just adding cocoa powder, and then we manipulated a little bit using scrambled eggs instead of hard-boiled eggs, and we started using Keto Chow because that's got some milk in it, and oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing. We also have yogurt. We love yogurt, but store-bought yogurt, a lot of times they have a lot of added sugars to it. Also, a little bit more carbs, so we make our own. We have a recipe for an Instant Pot yogurt, and this comes out to be less than 1 carb per serving. It's a Greek yogurt, but you can not only use it as yogurt, we can use it as sour cream, cream cheese, because it is super thick. Absolutely love this stuff. Then we got some hard-boiled eggs. We brought like 2 dozen hard-boiled eggs, because again, we don't have to cook them. All we're going to do with these is we left them in the shell. That'll preserve them a little bit longer. Crack them open, put some salt on them. Rachel will add a little bit of mayonnaise and make some deviled eggs, something like that. We said Rachel's a coffee fiend. This is one of her favorite products. It's called Keto Brains. It's got some MCTs in it, some L-theanine, some lion's mane mushroom. She puts it in her first cup of coffee every single morning. What else do we got? Oh, one thing we never travel without is our salt. And Redmond Real Salt is our favorite company. It's honestly the only salt we use. We look like crazy people when we go to restaurants because we bring our own salt container in. They have really good seasonings, and we pretty much only use their seasonings for all of our barbecue. They have an organic garlic pepper that we really like. And with that, you can just sprinkle it on all of your stuff. We have a discount code for it. It's 2 Krazy Ketos. I'll leave a link for them down below. This stuff here, this organic seasoned salt, put a little bit of this in water. It tastes just like chicken broth, but there's no chicken in it. And then we use their regular salt, and we go through a lot of salt. In fact, I made fun of Rachel. I'm like, why do we have 3 containers of salt in the RV? We actually go through like one of these every month.
Here's where we really look like crazy people, Joe.
If you didn't think we were crazy before, you're going to think we're crazy now. Because we actually made 10 pounds of bacon jerky. Yes, 10 pounds of bacon jerky. And we will eat this because we live off of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. That's like most of our diet. We do eat vegetables occasionally, like green leafy vegetables, but we really do focus on meat. And if you don't know what bacon jerky is, what we do, we love our dehydrator. We take our bacon. Sometimes we just put it in there plain. Other times we'll put like a 0 sugar teriyaki sauce or something like that, rub it on there. And then you dehydrate it for about 5 hours at 167 degrees. It doesn't crisp up. It literally becomes like jerky, only it's bacon. And it is so good. We eat a lot of this stuff. Honestly, it's how we eat most of our bacon now. If we go out to a restaurant, we'll eat regular bacon. Also, I like jalapeno poppers. But if we just want bacon normally, it's this because this will last for a really long time in the refrigerator. And it's already cooked up. We don't have to cook anything. Now, if we have a situation where we don't want any meat, we actually have another product that we absolutely love. It's from our friends at Keto Chow, and this is actually their monthly surprise box. We have to film a video on what's in this box, and we have a link for it. I'll leave it down below. We don't have a discount code. Our link gives people 10% off, though. So what Keto Chow is, it is a meal replacement shake, which I know you think like, oh, Slim Fast, it's just another thing. This is not a diet shake. Each one of these packets that's in here, it has all the protein that you need. It's about 25 grams of protein per shake. And it's got a third of all of the vitamins, nutrients, and minerals that you need for a day. So if you drank 3 of them a day, you get all of the vitamins, nutrients, and minerals that you need, and electrolytes that you need. What's cool about it is there's 0 fat in it. Each packet's only 100 calories because you're going to add the kind of fat you want and the amount of fat you want. That means you can make your shake 300 calories, 500 calories, 700 calories. You can make it as fatty as you want. And you don't have to use really nasty seed oils like canola oil. You're going to use melted butter, heavy cream, avocado oil. We've even used like beef tallow, which tastes amazing. Absolutely love this stuff. And I know it's called keto chow, but you don't need to be keto to use it. In fact, we have my mother using it because she's in her 80s and her doctor recommended she drink Ensure. Well, go look at the first ingredient of that stuff. It's like got all kinds of sugars, really bad for you. So this is just a really good meal replacement for anybody, whether they're keto or not. Check out the video on us opening up what's inside of this box over on our keto channel. Another product from Keto Chow we really like is their new product called Salty. And these are electrolytes. And electrolytes are super important. Whether you're keto or not, we use them a lot, especially because we live here in Florida and it's hot and I'm a sports official and you're sweating. So it's really important to get all of your electrolytes in. And a lot of people will use things like Gatorade, but Gatorade's honestly garbage. It's lots of sugar. Even the sugar-free version, it's got lots of chemicals and it doesn't really give you any electrolytes. They've just been really good at marketing their product to people to make them think they're getting electrolytes. So every one of these packets has almost 1,000 milligrams of sodium. It's got like 430 milligrams of potassium, if I remember right, and a ton of magnesium, which is super important, especially if you get leg cramps while you're sleeping. So they have 9 different flavors. We absolutely love this stuff. And you will see throughout all of RV Unplugged, we're going to drink a couple of these a day minimum because they keep us going and give us all of the electrolytes that we need. Okay, I know you're thinking, what about snacks? Don't you guys eat snacks? We do, occasionally. We don't really snack in between meals, but we'll have a snack with our meal. Or we want something that we can eat on the go. Like if they wake us up at 4 in the morning and we have to run out the door, but we want to eat and we didn't have time to even throw something in the microwave. We have things for that. One of them is Keto Chow because you make them ahead of time. But also we have these friends, veterans. They created something called a carnivore bar. And this is pretty much pemmican. And it's basically just beef. It's beef and fat, only it's shelf stable for like 10 years. They have a bunch of salt in it. It's an Indian way of actually preserving things. That's how ancestrally they would preserve all of their kills. And they have lots of different flavors. They have a honey garlic. They have a zesty garlic. This is honey barbecue, a plain one. Also, we have a really good friend who is a natural competitive bodybuilder. And he does it eating on a ketogenic lifestyle. And he's got a product called Keto Brick, which is probably my favorite thing. Keto Brick is a 1,000 calorie meal bar, but you don't have to eat the whole bar. You can eat like bites of it and they taste really good and they are 80% fat. They have protein in it, a few carbs, but not a lot. Like this entire bar of 1,000 calories is like 9 carbs or 10 carbs. They have all kinds of flavors. This is my favorite one. It's Bell's brownie batter. It tastes just like a brownie, only it's actually got beef organs in it. So this is one of our favorite products. We do like nuts, although we will both admittedly say we have a nut problem.
Well, I mean, we are nuts. They say you are what you eat, and we're nuts.
Also, we have at home a freeze dryer. And so one of the things that we like to do is we do eat some fruits and vegetables, mostly berries, but we believe in eating what is locally grown and in season. What we have here is strawberries, freeze-dried strawberries. And what we do is when strawberries are in season in Florida, we go pick them and then we bring them home and we freeze dry them. Now to make sure we can win and have plenty of power, we've got our battery system, which is 15,360 watts of battery power, along with 1,600 watts of solar up on the roof, and a 3,000 watt inverter. So again, we have done some dry camping when we were at the Tampa RV show. We never plugged in, and then we went home and left it unplugged for another 5 days. Our battery never dropped below 50%, running the heater, the air conditioner, the microwave, Rachel's hair dryer, coffee machine, you name it, we ran it, and we never dropped below 50% without ever plugging in. So I'm pretty confident that we're not going to have any kind of power issues. But just in case we do have power issues, first of all, I have an extra 100 amp hour battery under the back seat of my truck. And then also, we've got some generators. So let's go outside and I'll show you everything else that we brought so that we can win season 2 of RV Unplugged.
Okay, so before we show you outside, I figured let's have this inaugural use of my coffee maker here. So I'm gonna put in my keto brains. That's my coffee creamer du jour. And this is the first coffee of the day. I can't believe I'm having my first coffee at 11:30. That's crazy. I'm going to try this new Fancy Pants Starbucks one. I just love the sound of coffee being made and also the smell of coffee. Like, I would not do well working in a Starbucks because we would sell no product. It would just go down my gullet. But now the camper is smelling really, really nice. I love having an opportunity to rough it.
I wouldn't call that roughing it.
Camping. Camp. It's delicious.
So let me show you some of the things we brought with us in Eleanor so that we can win RV Unplugged. And here's the thing, we're coming into this knowing that we may be at a disadvantage for some things because we're in a travel trailer and some of the contestants have motor homes and fifth wheels. That means they have larger holding tanks and freshwater tanks than we do. So Eleanor has a 50-gallon freshwater tank. We can carry 39 gallons of black water and then 76 gallons of gray water in 2 separate tanks. We have a front tank and a back tank. That means for your shower and stuff, we can only carry, I think it's like 38 gallons. But I have a way to balance it out so that we can actually have 76 gallons of gray water, though we're not going to use that much in a 2-week period. But we have a way to be able to balance it out. I'll show you that to you in a second. And see, last season, everybody had to show up with dry tanks. This season, they originally told us that we had to have dry tanks, and then a couple weeks ago, they actually said, no, we've decided that we're going to let you bring water. I don't exactly trust them. I feel like there's a chance we may show up and they go, April Fools, you actually have to dump all your tanks. But just in case, we want to be on the same level with everybody else. And since Eleanor only holds 50 gallons of fresh water, let me show you some of the stuff we brought with us. So starting off with water, in addition to the 52 gallons that we're going to have in Eleanor, we have 7 5-gallon containers all filled with water. So we have another 35 gallons of water right here. Then we have not one, but 2 generators. So those are our Predator generators. The small one is the Predator 2000. Now that generator is actually our backup generator. That's because we have a very large battery system and the small Predator generator only puts out 13 amps, but we can charge our batteries at up to 60 amps. So I usually have it set for charging at 30 amps. So if I want to use that generator, I have to go down and actually turn it down to like 10 or 12 amps. I usually put it down to 10. So that's our backup one. Now the other generator we have is this one right here. This is the Predator 5000 inverter generator. And what's really nice about this one is this is a dual fuel generator. So as a dual fuel generator, we can run this on both propane as well as gasoline. And we also have these for our house too, because again, Florida, you never know. And what happens if you can't get gasoline but you have propane, or vice versa? The nice thing about running it only on propane is when you run it on propane, you don't have to worry about the gas coming up the carburetor, but we brought both. So in addition to the generators being filled with gas, we have 10 gallons of gas, and then we also have 3 things of propane, in addition to the ones that are on Eleanor. Now that's Celsius that's back there. When we went to Walmart yesterday, it was on sale, and we love Celsius, so we bought 3 cases. That's not necessarily for this trip. Now, if you're curious how we balance out our great tanks, it's with this device right here. You can get it at Walmart or Amazon. I'll leave a link for it down below. But what's nice about this is you have this gate here. This gate is after the other gates. So to balance out our gray tank so that we can carry a full 76 gallons of gray water, even if it's all coming from the shower, all we have to do is keep this gate closed, and we of course leave the cap on, and then we open up the other 2 gates for the gray tank, not the black tank. But we open up the gray valves, and what happens is now this is blocking it off, and the water will balance between the 2 gray tanks. Then when we want to dump, what we'll do is we'll close those other gray tank valves. So whatever's not in the pipes is stuck in there, we'll hook up our sewer hose, and then from there, we'll drain that out, open up the black tank. Once the black tank is clean, we'll go ahead and open up the 2 gray ones to clean out the hose. And that allows us to have a full 76 gallons of gray water, even if it's only coming from the shower. Now, speaking of like the black tank and cleaning the black tank, I'm thinking there's a chance that there's going to be a competition where you have to empty your black tank. Rachel's only done it once and she doesn't like doing it. So what I'm thinking is we better prepare right now and make sure she knows how to empty the black tank. So,
Yes.
I just went over and I showed our extra water provisions and our generators, because again, if there's anything about Floridians is we are prepared for not having power.
Because hurricanes.
Yeah, that's why we have 2 generators. I'm also thinking if maybe somebody doesn't have a generator or they run out of fuel, because honestly, we're not going to need the generators. We have so much battery power on here. I don't think we're going to need the generators.
Though.
Yeah, so the generators are our backup, but we have a lot of solar and we have a lot of battery, so I don't think we're going to need it, but we have them just as a backup. What if we have 12 straight days of cold and rain?
Well, we have learned in the past that if you want to make friends, especially in a new neighborhood, bring barbecue and bring electricity if electricity is something that they do not currently have.
Well, I do want to make friends. I mean,
Yes.
That's why we're on RV Unplugged.
That's right.
But I also want to win RV Unplugged. So, if any of the contestants happen to see this while we're filming and you, in a break, get to watch YouTube,
Yeah.
we are willing to trade. We are willing to trade electricity for your immunity idol if you have it.
Ooh, I like that.
Are you willing? We'll even give some brisket for an immunity idol.
Heck yes.
Will you give
I'll
up,
heat it up.
Will you give up coffee for an immunity idol?
This one time in my life, I would even be willing to give up coffee.
And whipped cream?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was just going through, I showed everything. I also showed them how we balance out our gray tanks with the extra gate valve so that we can have 76 gallons of water, even if it's just from the shower.
Right.
But I was thinking.
Yes.
I was thinking that there's a chance there's going to be a competition for emptying the black tank. Because remember, last year there was a competition where you had to use, the tote to move water. You've only ever emptied the black tank once, and
it was not great.
You didn't like doing it.
It was not fun.
I feel like we need to go out right now.
1 star. Would not poop here again.
Well, what if there's a competition and you have to do it? Do you remember how to do it?
Can I trade coffee for it?
I think we need to go out and you need to go empty the black tank. Are you ready?
No, but let's do it anyway.
It is a bit windy out here, so sorry if there's wind noise.
Well, no smells better blow in my direction. That's what I know.
I'm sorry, but emptying a black tank is better than like unclogging a clogged up toilet at home.
I don't want to do either of these things. What's a third option?
Okay, I am not going to do anything. You're going to do it all.
Okay.
Okay, so
Where's the hazmat suit?
Okay, well, first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up that storage container.
Okay.
And remember, you got to remember how to do this in case I can't coach you during the regular one.
Right.
So we have 2 totes. One is water.
Okay.
One is sewer stuff.
Sewer stuff looks like that.
Sewer stuff's on the bottom. The top one is water.
Okay.
But inside of there are gloves.
Yes, we need gloves.
So you're going to put on gloves. I
Yes.
keep the gloves in a separate tote because you really want to put your clean gloves in the same one as your sewer
Let's
stuff.
put them in the water stuff. I totally agree. And I actually also really very much appreciate the fact that you've installed a hand sanitizing machine here in the RV, because I don't even want Joe getting back into the RV. And I know he's wearing gloves for this whole procedure, but there's just something about it that's like, I just want to know you've washed your hands, even if we're on the road cleaning out the black tank.
Now, you only need one thing out of this tote to empty the black tank.
A person to change it for me? I don't see anybody in here.
No, that's not what you need.
Okay.
You need the elbow that has the screw-on piece.
This guy?
So that piece right there. You need that. Okay, so you're going to open up the sewer container. And then that goes in there. Okay, so yeah, just make sure, there you go. It doesn't, that's, just turn it a couple times, otherwise you're not gonna be able to get it out. It's kind of weird that they have the lid like towards the RV, but that's not our fault, that's their fault.
Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna get our sewer hose. So I have these special things that you just hook it on and then you pull it out, and that allows you to get the sewer hose out super easy.
And also not be something that's in with our other things. I want our sewer hose someplace else.
I always hook up this side first,
Why?
so that I don't accidentally open up the valve and it didn't get connected here. Make sure you turn it tight, it should lock in. There you go. Now I put that back on the bumper so we don't lose it. Now you're... Okay.
Okay.
So take off the cap. Make sure your gate valves are closed. So that one right there is closed.
This guy here.
Yes. Now that goes on, and you got to make sure it locks in tight. So you usually have to hold both pieces, the black piece. It's a tight fit. Next thing we do is we start with what tank?
The gray. No, we start with the black tank.
Why would we start with the black?
Because we want the poop to go out first, and then we want the gray water to wash through the poop water.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
It'll clean it.
your black tank is right there, and if you look underneath, you'll see a black handle. You pull it.
Make sure everything's connected first.
Okay. Now we have, no, stay down there. You're not done. Okay. No, nothing is coming out because we have a backup gate valve.
Which is smart, because one time we went someplace and there was some kids that opened our black tank.
Yes.
That is not cool, kids.
So now you pull that one out. Just lift it straight up. And listen for the magic.
That sounds like a terrible water ride.
So normally we would have this like resting on like that little thing that keeps it up off the ground, and that would give it the right like
trajectory.
But here's the thing is we don't have a lot of black in here because we've only been here for a couple of hours. So
And if we filled the black tank in a couple of hours, there's something wrong.
So I think that your black tank is pretty empty. It's probably already everything out because nothing is coming out down there. We're not going to show down there. So now what you want to do is close your black tank.
Okay.
Is it pushed in all the way?
Yes.
Now you're going to pull your gray tank. Now on this RV, one thing I don't like, no, you can leave that open. On this RV, one thing I don't like is your gray handle is under the slide. So if your slide is open, you have to crawl under and pull it.
So now I'm going to pull it.
Yes. And that'll be all of your shower water.
Which I did take a pretty hearty shower.
How long was your shower today?
My shower was like 20 minutes because it could be.
How was the new hot water heater?
It was like, I was having the biggest challenge trying to make it cool enough to take a shower because it really was super mega ultra hot, which was lovely. But yeah, I was trying to be like, how can I cool it down even?
So while this is draining, one thing to remember with the black tank. Boy, it is windy out here.
And I'm sorry, but I cannot touch my hair to move it out of my face because ew. Yuck.
Okay, here's one thing. Remember, when it comes to emptying the black tank, or if we have a tote challenge.
Right.
Okay? Gravity is your friend.
Gravity.
So everything that you're dumping has to be higher than where you're dumping it to.
That makes sense.
So if you got to go in a tote, the tote's got to be below the RV. Right. You got to go in here. So if your hose is running uphill, you're not going to be able to drain it as much.
Okay, that makes sense.
Everything is gravity. So once this is completely done and you're going to put your hands on the hose, I'll show you in a minute, and you're going to see, do I still feel water coming out?
All right.
Once you're confident that there's no water coming out, remember.
And be confident. You want to be confident about this.
You are you're flushing gray last because there's going to be some residual when you take it off.
And I want that to be dishwater.
Right. And, you know, in a challenge, normally I would just close the gate valve.
Right.
But in the challenge, if you remember from last year with Todd, he would not let him close the gate valve because he wanted to see how much is in there. So you got to be confident when you take that off.
That it's out. You're done.
Okay. So then what we have to do is we're going to lift the hose up.
Okay.
And you lift it up over your head and drain all the water out. Because now, after you're done, you have to get all the water out of the sewer hose. What you're going to do is you're going to put your hand like right there where it's coming out. And do you feel water still rushing out?
No, I feel like a slight trickle.
Okay, so normal emptying a black tank, which is what we're going to do, you're going to close this gate valve. Or actually, we close the other one first. Now that we've closed that one, now we close this one.
Okay.
Okay, so now you got double protection. So now you're going to take off the hose, but you're not going to put it on the ground. You're going to stand up with it and drain all the water out. So you're going to need two hands because you're going to have to hold the black with one hand and twist it off.
Oh, and then hold it up.
Now you're going to stand up and you're going to basically get all the water. And this is a long sewer hose. Usually we would have a shorter one, but it was broken. It's just water. Remember, everything's got to stay higher than where. Nope, that's good. It's going to go right back where you had it. You got it. There you go. Keep it. Now put this. Keep going like this. Okay, put that down on the ground. Now like this. There you go. Now, are you confident there is no more water in there?
No.
Well, there's nothing coming out of the bottom.
Well, I'm rarely confident though.
Okay, so now you can go ahead and put the whole sewer hose back together.
Done. I washed my hands like 8 more times once we came back in the camper.
Are you confident that you could empty the black tank if you had to?
If I have to, yeah, I do. I feel confident. And I know that especially when we are in a team type of atmosphere, like I'm anticipating that whoever's on our team,
they're going to guide you.
They're going to yell out the things that maybe you're forgetting. Yeah. Like, Rachel, move.
Listen, because it's only us, you know, yes, we have roles. And I think most couples, when you're RVing, you have roles. Like Rachel does, like when we're leaving, she does a lot of the cleaning up inside. She like strips the bed and wipes everything down so that when we come back out, because dusty Florida, we have as clean of an RV as possible. While she's doing that, I am always like hooking up, you know, taking down Starlink, all of those kind of things. So we have our roles. But I think that we know how to do each other's roles.
Yes, I think that is
I think important. You have the harder role because you have to clean up after me.
Oh, I love you. But yeah, I think that it's really good to have an understanding of how things work, even if it's not your job. And having a checklist can really help too. That was something that, you know, we had on our phones in like our notes so that we would make sure like what is our clear jurisdictions and make sure all of those things are taken care of. Even just something as simple as making sure that you've latched the sliding doors so that you don't have any problems while on the road. It's like, it's not something that at home I latch a door, right? So I need to remember it especially if you're a weekend warrior and you're not living in your camper, you have to have something to remind yourself.
Yeah, and knock on wood, we've never had one of those incidents of like pulling away with the slide open.
Thank you, Lord.
Pulling away with the awning out. Like with all of the camping we've done, we have not had, the only thing we've ever had was what you were just talking about where we left the handle open on the door, the grab bar. But that wasn't even as a result of leaving camping. That was, we were at a gas station. And it was just recently. We went inside to pee because you have your own bathroom. Why go use the public restroom?
Right.
And Chris was behind us, our friend Chris. And like when we pulled away, she's like, you left the handle open. But it's never been a result of camping.
Well, I think that your last 2 details on your checklist
should be walk around.
Should be pray and then walk around one more time, hoping to spot anything that may be a problem. Because, I mean, as much as
I would actually change that up. I would go
walk around, and then pray,
and then walk around again.
Right, because maybe you missed something.
Maybe God will reveal something that you missed when you're praying, and you can walk around one more time.
Right, because sometimes it's as simple as you forgot the awning, and you've just been walking around, and you just don't think to look up.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be, heading out without your awning closed.
Now, same thing when it comes to setting up. Generally setting up, we do everything together. So that is something I know that you know how to do.
Like chalking the tires.
Chalking the tires, because again, we have roles. Like I back it up. I use my Level Mate Pro to make sure, like, okay, how much on left or right do we have to level? Rachel takes the jocks. I just back up. She yells, like, I'll yell, okay, we're level. She'll chalk it. We do stabilization jacks together because we have it on one side. So, like, one person goes on one side and puts the blocks under while I run the jacks. We do the slide together. So that I know you know how to do all of it. There is one thing and one thing only that if Rachel has to do it, we will fail.
Right.
And I will never tell you what it is until after RV Unplugged is over. Just in case one of the other contestants is watching.
Thank you for that.
So we're never going to tell you what that is until after the show is done. Then we'll tell you what the one thing that Rachel doesn't know how to do is. That's it. But I think we're well prepared. We're as well prepared as we can be. We've got food, we've got water, we've got power. Rachel knows how to empty the black tank. You just gave people a great laugh. The only other thing that might get us voted off is if we have to do a karaoke challenge like they did last year.
Right.
Because, like,
if
we can phone a friend,
you'll have someone else sing for you?
I guess, like, although, listen, recently we went on a Liberty of the Seas and we participated in a couples game show, and I did some embarrassing things to win.
You won't have to do nearly as embarrassing things,
so
I don't think.
Maybe, like, everybody may unsubscribe from us after I sing, but
Aw, I won't.
You'll make up for my lack of singing, so that's about it. But yeah, I think we're as well prepared as we can be.
Well, and I think the one thing we probably didn't mention that's really super important, and that is our attitude.
Yeah.
Like, we're really thankful to be here. We're excited about this opportunity, and we're definitely team players. So we love encouraging other people, cheering them on, and working together. Like, problem solving, brainstorming is something that's really important to us as health coaches also, to, like, help succeed. And sometimes you have to do a little brainstorming to see, like, how are we going to handle a very specific challenge?
Here's the thing. In my mind, we have already won. We have absolutely already won season 2 of RV Unplugged. And we haven't started filming it. And here's how we win. Number one, the fact that we're here. Like, to me, that is a win. I cannot believe that we are here. And this is so awesome. The community that we're going to get, like that, like, I don't think that you could buy community for $25,000.
No.
Right? I'm so excited about building community. We are all about community on our keto channel, and I'm excited to build more community in RV and spend the next 2 weeks with fellow RVers where we're stuck with each other.
Right.
So either we're going to hate each other or we're going to love each other. And since we're all RVers, I think we're going to love each other. So that way, we won already. And then, as I've said before, I don't think I've said it on a video on this channel, but listen, when we got picked to be on season 2 of RV Unplugged, I went to Rachel. I'm like, the original filming was in Texas. I said, like, listen, we can't drive a gas engine 2-wheel drive truck to Texas in January.
I need a 4-wheel drive.
I need a truck. And she's like, honey, you can get a truck.
No argument.
So if we got voted off tomorrow, I won because I got a brand new truck. And I love my truck.
You love your truck.
I love my truck. And we've made some amazing upgrades.
Am I number 2 to the truck right now?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's a close race though.
I would say, I'd say God.
Okay.
Rachel.
All right.
The truck.
Okay.
And then the kids.
Oh, that's out of order. That's out of order.
So here's the thing. We love the truck. We made some amazing upgrades to the truck. We're going to have that in a future video. Let us know down in the comment section. Do you want to see all the upgrades? Because we made some upgrades to our truck that just make camping so much better. And I'm excited to show it to you, but I'm not going to show it to you if you don't want to see. So let us know down below in the comment section. Now, please do us a favor, while you're down there in the comment section, make sure you hit the like button on this video. It really does help build the channel, but it also lets us know what kind of videos you guys are looking to see.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell button, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Until next time,
Happy camping!